10 signs as to whether the mark of the beast is here already, or the chip, or the VPassport is here. Movement to a cashless society where they can strip and shut down your finances by the press of a button. They can stop any mall door to open to you. People say, oh, but you know, these guys are getting weird. Well, the planet was locked down. Hit the notification button on our YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube, Leon Du Preez. If you're watching this on any other channel, go to YouTube, go to Leon Du Preez, follow our channel. The first sign that the chip is here and that the mark of the beast is here, or it is right on our doorstep. Global travel. Daniel chapter number 12, verse number 4. Listen to this. But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro. Let's stop right there. Many shall run to and fro. We are speaking about a frequency, an intensity, and a visibility of things until it becomes unstoppable and an inescapable event, until it gets to the point of no return. If we look 3,000-4,000 years ago, what form of travel do we see? We see by foot, or we see by ships sailing. That was it. We go about 100 years ago, and then we see the first steam engine being invented. So we see an enhancement, but it took 3,000 years for that. Just that one thing. Then 100 years later, there are hundreds of thousands of planes. In the year 2019, over 4 billion people flew on a plane. So Moore's law tells you, the law of multiplication, that something that can take thousands of years can then suddenly take 100 years, can then suddenly take 10 years. And then what can be done in 1 year, we can't even imagine what will be done in 1 year. This is the frequency, the intensity, the visibility. What is the second sign? Global knowledge. So let's read Daniel chapter number 12, verse number 4. Daniel, shut up in words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro. So global travel. The second one is global knowledge, and knowledge shall increase. Right now, you and I have the ability in our hands to have what no emperor, no king, no royal person, no scientist before us in history could have ever attained to have or have known. We have it at the press of a button. At a mere second, we have every info that has ever existed about all existence that mankind has come to know is available right here. So what is happening is the increase of knowledge, global knowledge. 300 years of 4K video can be uploaded to 1 nanometer, which is 1 billionth of an inch. I can right now, in 2 seconds, speak to somebody in another country. What will be possible in 10 years' time? Will I be able to be by them in 2 seconds without a hologram? Think. What is the third sign? Massive weather changes. Luke 21 verse 25. There will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and on the stars. And on the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. But listen to this, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them from fear and with expectation from the things which are coming from the earth. He's saying people will drop down dead of heart attacks. Men's hearts will fail them. Sudden heart attacks will come on everybody like this. These are the signs that we are in. What is the fourth sign? Heart attacks. Where was heart attacks 40 years ago? The fifth sign is what we call global video communications. Go through to Revelation 11 verse 9. Then those from the peoples, tribes, tongues, and nations will see their dead bodies. Will see their dead bodies. Will see their dead bodies to be put into the graves, and those who dwell on the earth will rejoice over them, make merry, and send gifts to one another, because these two prophets tormented those who dwell on the earth. So first of all, they will see all over the world, they will see the events that's taking place with these two prophets. They will send gifts, crypto, they'll send gifts to one another. When we see the Antichrist destroying the contract that he set up in the temple, the Bible says the whole world will be watching. Sign 6, we see a global evangelism. Now I want to make clear, these are the signs of the microchip. So I'm not saying this global evangelism will take place before the rapture. We know definitely when Matthew chapter number 24 speaks about the gospel of the kingdom being preached to all the ends of the earth, it's speaking of in the tribulation. Jesus was speaking about the second coming at the end of the age, but speaking of a great revival in the tribulation that will be coming. But it's amazing that it will say this gospel will be preached to all the world, to all the nations. So we see a global evangelism. The question is this: are we seeing a global evangelism? Oh my God, but you're looking from watching us from all nations today, right now. There's a global evangelism. Let's get to the seventh sign. Worldwide pandemics. Go to Matthew chapter number 24 verse 7. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines. There's a supply chain right now and shortage. People think food will be there forever. One change in that chain, and there's a food shortage. Pestilences, which means pandemics in the King James. pestilences, pandemics. What are we seeing right now? Strain after strain after strain. What is happening? The frequency, intensity, and visibility is increasing. What happened? We maybe saw a pandemic once every 100 years, eh? Now there's every second week there's another strain with another Greek letter or Greek alphabet letter. There is a pandemic that is increasing, intensifying. And people say, yes, let me just jump into this. Oh, somebody said to me, I can't wait to have the chip so that I can track where I am and all that stuff. Listen, it's not that. We are speaking here about a system that will separate the haves or the have-nots. That Bible is speaking about is Bible prophecy. Sign number 8, digital money and global tracking. Revelation chapter number 13, verse 16 to 17. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So what is happening with the VPassport? Now they're putting everything on there that if you are not having the B or the B shots, you will not be able to even go into an airport. You will not be able to walk into a mall. Digital money, they can control everything. They're working towards a cashless society. Where does the Bible speak about a cashless society? Right here. It's the first time in history, apart from coming out of trading and bartering, where we are a cashless society. And let's get to the 9th sign, weapons of mass destruction. We see that there will be a nuclear war that'll take place. We can go to Matthew 24 verse 21. Then there will be great tribulation, such as not as since the beginning of the world until this time, nor ever shall be. And unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. Now you will see here, no flesh shall be saved. If I take a gun and I pull it out towards somebody, they can still flee and miss the bullet. But what can't they flee? An atom bomb. No flesh shall be able to escape it. So we see nuclear weapons, weapons of mass destruction. We see it in the book of Revelation. We see biological warfare breaking out. What is C-19? It's a biological weapon that has been created to crash the markets, to create more money, to move over to a cashless society, to bring control and to have world domination. These are not people running these things, people. People thinking about why do they want to do that? It's not humans, okay? There are world rulers, there are world powers. Where do you think the Antichrist is coming from? Do you think God is going to take a human being and make him the Antichrist? No, he comes from the serpent seed that has still been preserved, if I may, up until the right time to be born, which means the serpent seed has been there all along, right from Genesis to Revelation. And we see how this person that will not have the seed of God in him, not be a human being, will become the Antichrist. I'm getting to the 10th sign right now, is what we call global peace and prosperity. They will shout peace and safety. And we see how a stage of chaos is set so that the Antichrist can arrive and bring peace and safety, but a false peace and safety. And when he tears that contract, the people will know the church has been right all the time. Let me get to another sign, is where we see a clear worldwide hatred towards Israel. Zechariah 12 verse 3. On the day that I'll make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all the peoples, all who lift it will surely hurt themselves, and all the nations, not some, all the nations of the earth will gather against it. Will gather against who? Israel. So we see these signs, the frequency, the intensity, the visibility. Then it creates an unstoppable event, which is the tribulation. Oh, you cannot escape the tribulation. But the church will be raptured. So I take these signs, 11 signs that I just gave you right now, to give us indicators. I believe the mark is here. There's a separation of the haves and the have-nots. But by taking these 10, 11 signs I just gave you right now, I'm showing you the closeness, the incredible midnight hour we are at. The rapture is near.